If you've ever felt so alone, you felt like completely unheard or unseen, no matter how loud you shout, it's like nobody can hear you, then this video is for you. Today, I want to talk a little bit about a moment in time, a moment in history over 2,000 years ago. A man named Jesus of Nazareth was crucified, placed on a cross, publicly executed. And on the cross, we have record of him crying something like, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And so, that moment in time, it's so much more than what it appears. We have to peel back the layers and understand the context to really know the depth of meaning of that statement, of his crying out. You see, Jesus was quoting a psalm. He was quoting Psalm 22, and it starts out exactly like that. My God, why have you forsaken me?" And the people around Jesus most likely would have known exactly what psalm he was referring to. That was a common way of reciting psalms in scriptures. They didn't have chapters or verses. They would memorize scripture by heart. And in the same way that if I were to recite a famous song, by Taylor Swift or something, you would probably know the rest of the words, and just from a few words in the beginning. So in the same way, Jesus was quoting this psalm. And this psalm walks us through literally the whole scene of the crucifixion. This psalm prophetically declares exactly what would happen from beginning to end of Jesus' public execution. So that in itself is just truly bewildering and miraculous and just amazing to think about. But also it walks us through feelings of abandonment, feelings of pain and suffering, even maybe betrayal. And then it arrives at the end of restored trust and faith. It ends with a declaration that God has never left my side. It ends in victory. Jesus was quoting that verse to show us that even in the midst of our loneliness, when we feel abandonment, God is there. And he's not just there, he's empathizing with you. He is carrying you because he's been you. He's experienced that feeling of abandonment, of being unheard, of being marginalized or lonely. He's experienced more than we could ever imagine. This is God, the one who created the cosmos, everything that we know and that we see and touch and feel, and everything that we don't see. This is the God of the universe that's felt alone on your behalf. Guys, when we are in this season of feeling alone, we should embrace those dark times. Because when we run into the dark, into the feelings, all of the feelings of abandonment and feeling unheard, Jesus meets us right there. And those seasons becomes an opportunity. It's an opportunity to transform, to grow. Many times on the other end of these seasons are seasons of great fruitfulness, of change, of growth. Even Jesus, when he subjected himself to being in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, fasting and praying, it was right after that he began his fruitful ministry of miracles, of healing and raising the dead and preaching and all of these things. Jesus, God himself, he knows you and where you are in those seasons, in those dark times. Okay, I just wanted to offer this perspective and an opportunity to reframe. Because guys, I've also felt those feelings. And, this way of seeing my life Even going back and reframing old childhood memories in this way, it changes everything because I know that Jesus was there carrying me and that he's here right now. And that on the other side is light, is healing, it's new life. Y'all be blessed. I'm praying for you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.